first world videos. Ooh,
Top Spanish lawyer, and if you're thinking of coming to Spain, like most of you are, we're looking at two visas that most people are going for, because the golden visa's gone out the window. So we've got the digital nomad, is that right? The digital nomad?
Nomad Visa,
And the non-lucrative.
Non-Lucrative Visa, or Lucrative Visa.
Lucrative, so there we go.
And in the middle, we can have also the Student Visa.
Yeah, and you've all heard rumours that you've got to go to the embassy in your own country, get the forms, appointments, it takes months. Well, listen, this is why we've got you the top Spanish lawyer, pays into the system, part of association, gets updates every month. So no, all you need to do is contact Alfredo in the email below. He will take care of everything from start to finish. Isn't that right, Alfredo?
Exactly.
Now he's going to explain
Perfect.
what you need to do if you're going for one of these visas. Like,
Well, it depends because, Colin, as we were talking, it depends on each client.
Yeah.
All right. Because of the needs, if they're working, if they're coming to Spain more than 183 days per year,
Yeah.
because that's what the law establishes. Obviously, as you mentioned before, the golden visa is
Gone,
in the
yeah.
bag, is gone. Okay, unfortunately, but we have different options.
Yeah.
To cover that gap. Let's
Yeah,
say
yeah.
like this. All right. So, for example, we're in the process of many submissions for nomad visas.
Yeah,
All right.
nomad visas, yeah.
Why? Because people can work anywhere in the world.
Is that the remote visa? Is that
Exactly.
Is that on
It's-
the computer? Is that?
Yes. Well, it's not computer because we take care of everything.
Yeah,
But it's a different visa
yeah,
that, as I said, it depends on each client.
yeah,
All right. For example, we deal with a lot of visas for non-lucrative.
Yeah.
As non-lucrative. Why? Because people they retire, they come to Spain, they buy a property in Spain.
that's for people with money, really, isn't it?
No.
Passive
no.
income, no?
No, well, they receive the pension.
Yeah,
Okay, in the
that's
UK,
good enough.
they
Yeah.
send it to Spain,
Yeah,
and they live here.
Yeah.
The only issue is that they have to live in Spain more than 183 days per year.
yeah, gotcha.
All right.
So that's got to be your residence. Yeah.
Exactly. So then they keep that visa. All right. Also, lucrative visa. Many people, they are in the UK, they buy a property in Spain, they are plumbers, electricians, architects or whatever, and they want to work in Spain.
Yeah.
We can apply for a lucrative visa,
Ah,
and they pay taxes here in
oh,
Spain.
that's good, because before you hear all these stories, you got to have all this money to come and live in Spain since it's all changed, since Brexit, and it's very difficult. You've got to have 28,000.
Well, it's true,
Yeah.
but not for lucrative visa.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay?
So there's
Only
two.
for that. What does the government want from people coming to Spain?
Yeah.
To have, if you're not going to work, you have to have enough money.
Yeah, don't like taking from the system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. But with the lucrative visa, last year we dealt with lots of them. One was a plumber who wanted to come to Spain.
Yeah.
Another one opened a real estate. Another,
Gotcha.
many people.
Okay, so
But we take care of everything.
so I've got a client now that's buying a house, and their plans is they're a retirement age, but you said you don't have to retire, you can be a professional. So they want to apply for the visa. Do they don't need to go to the embassy, as you've explained. now.
Exactly. That was
So
a couple of years ago.
they would just contact
Yeah,
you
changed.
in the email and say, Alfredo, I want you to arrange the visa for me, the non-lucrative. So if they was to do that, what do they need to do? What would you need from them?
First thing is we set up an appointment for a video call.
Yeah.
If they don't come to, if they cannot come to Spain,
Yeah,
because we need to know their needs.
yeah,
All right. Depending on what they need,
yeah,
then we tell them, okay, we need this, and this, and I think it's better if we apply for a non-lucrative
Yeah.
or lucrative or nomad or whatever. All right. That's the first step. But as I said, once they hire Manchon Abogados law firm,
Yeah.
then we do take care of everything.
So they've just got to message you, and you're going to say, look, I need your passport to
Yeah.
prove that they're not, and they've got a proper residence. So it's all like money laundering, basically. Isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
bills to prove they're living in there. But you will tell them everything they need to do.
Exactly.
You do all the forms. So really, they just got to message you. You just tell them
We
the
try,
requirements.
Colin, we try to do it easy
Yeah.
for our clients.
And how long would the period take?
It depends, because now after the golden visa, they have like thousands of golden visa on the table, you know,
Yeah,
and it's taking longer.
yeah,
But we can apply and then wait.
yeah. Got you.
As long as we have the document
Ready.
that we apply,
Yeah.
then it's not a problem.
Because some people go, oh, we can do it ourselves, but you know it's got to be in Spanish.
But no, but they can try.
Yeah, exactly.
Try.
And then if you mess the system up, it's going to take even longer.
Yeah, but
It costs more money in the long run.
I mean, I never force anyone not to do it by themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
You're here to help people because you know the system and it's going to work smooth and quick.
Exactly, but if I have a problem with my car, I'm
Yeah.
not a mechanic.
You're not
I
going to
can
try
do it.
yourself.
Exactly.
You might change the wheel, but that's it,
But I
yeah.
think it's better if I take the car to the mechanic.
Yeah,
He's
end
the
of
professional.
problem. Yeah. So the non-lucrative visa, that's the one a lot of people are really going for at the moment. The
Non-lucrative
retirement
visa.
people, yeah. So they just got to go, look, Alfred, I want to go for that. And then the process from start to finish, what's the time period? 2 months?
Well, as long as we have all the documents,
Yeah.
I'm talking about some bank statements in the UK because we need to prove that they have
Yeah.
an income
Yeah.
of a minimum, let's say around 25,000 per is an
Yeah.
average, okay, per person, an income per year, 28 more or less. Then the criminal records,
Yeah, the
everything
check.
has to be
Yeah, within
with
the
the
last
apostille.
so many months of criminal record. Is that
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
All right. But once we have that, we submit with this and some documents that we have to prepare in my office. Then we apply for the visa.
Yeah.
All right. And then we get a document proving that we applied for this visa.
Yeah.
Then how long does it take to get the appointment for the client to come and put the fingerprint?
Yeah.
We never know.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
We never know. Sometimes it's 1 month. Sometimes it's 6 months.
Yeah.
We never know.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to lie.
No.
so-
Yeah, I've heard people that because you're supposed to get your fingerprints
fingerprint.
done
That's the
within
only
the
thing-
first month, but they're behind with the system. I know the
Yeah.
people I was speaking to been here since October and they still can't get the appointment for the fingerprint. But so yeah, that,
But
that
it
rule's
doesn't
gone out the
depend-
window where you've got to
Exactly.
get it done with a month because it's not possible.
But obviously, previously to the non-lucrative, lucrative, or the other type of visas, they have to have a property in Spain.
yeah,
All right,
they've
or
got to have a
rent.
property. They
Okay,
can't just.
and also NIE. So we take care of everything. as
Yeah.
well.
So what would be the cost for
It
a
depends.
visa for the non-lucrative? What would a normal clients expect to pay roughly?
It depends if it's a non-lucrative visa, if it's a lucrative visa, if it's a Nomad Visa.
Yeah.
Also, we're having many clients from Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and they are, let's say, from countries
Yeah.
because they live in Dubai, but they come from other countries. So it's a little bit more, let's say,
more time,
more
more
time.
searches, more money. Yeah.
exactly. But it depends.
But
it's
from
an
the
average,
UK, for most English people coming
like
in,
2,500.
2,500.
It's
This
an
roundabout,
average.
you could pay 2,800. You could pay 2,300. All depends if it goes smooth. So
But anyway, if they get in contact with me
Yeah.
at manchonabogados.com,
yeah, the emails below anyway
okay,
in
then
the description.
we can
yeah.
talk to each client.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if it all goes smooth, it could be done in 3 months, could be done in 6 months. It
As
depends on the point.
The most important thing is to submit the
yeah,
document.
get the forms in there ready.
All right,
Yeah.
because we've got some clients coming to Spain again.
Yeah.
All right, after we signed the power of attorney, they came here, they gave us all the documents, and then they flew back to the UK in this case,
Yeah.
and they have problems coming in again
Yeah.
because they worked more than 183 days.
Yeah, of course.
Then they called me
Yeah.
and I said, listen,
Hmm.
we submitted for the
Yeah,
golden
yeah,
visa.
yeah, yeah.
No, it was a non-lucrative visa. So it's not my client's problem because it's you that by law you have a limit
Yeah.
of time to give me what I asked for, what
Yeah.
were required. So obviously, as a lawyer, I protect them, and then
So,
they
so
come back.
that cost for the non-lucrative and lucrative visa, would it be around about the same cost for most of the visas, like the digital nomad?
Yes.
So
Well, the
where
Nomad
would
Visa
be
is a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
The Nomad Visa it was like the Golden Visa because it's
Ah.
more.
Oh,
it's
the,
more
the,
job.
the nomad,
The Nomad is a little bit more.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which would how much? more?
Like 1,000 more on top.
Really,
So,
yeah.
Because that's
Because I know some people are doing that visa at the moment, and you.
Yeah,
have,
but
what is the rules with that visa? Because you've got to reapply after so many years. Is that
yes.
right?
Well, it depends because it's a long story that each client is different. Because if he owns a company, for example, we can do it. If he's self-employed, we can do it.
Yeah.
But if he works for someone and he has part of the shares of the company, we can apply it. You know, so we take the law, we put it upside down, and we take whatever we need.
Okay,
you know,
it's
for
fun.
them to- exactly.
So
Just to protect the clients, as I said before.
So the other one as well, which I'm in different stories on, with the lucrative one, and they're saying you've got to renew after 2 years, and
That's
you can't
true.
work, and you can't work.
No.
You.
Hi everybody, my name's Susan and I work for Currencies Direct. Currencies Direct is predominantly a foreign exchange company and we have been in existence for the last 30 years. 22 locations around Spain and we offer our services completely free of charge. Offer a multiple number of services, so if you're transferring small amounts, pension payments, small income that you receive in the UK that you'd like to send over, then you can use our app or our website or one of our team members here in our offices over in Spain. For large transactions, for property purchase, property sale, maybe inheritances, purchasing a car, etc., you will have your own personal designated dealer that will look after you every step of the way. Your money is protected at all times, irrespective of the amount that's being held in your account. So there are no upper limits like there are with UK or Spanish bank accounts. You can have 8,000, 80,000 or 8 million, and those funds are perfectly safe and secure for the entirety of the time that they're held in your account with ourselves. Now, as well as this, we also offer a debit card. This is a multi-currency debit card, so anywhere that exists and uses a MasterCard, then you can use your card with ourselves. This is a multitude of currencies, so if you're going to America, if you're going to Europe, if you're going to Australia, then you can use your card around the world, and again, this is completely fee-free. So there are no overseas transaction charges, there are no additional debit charges whatsoever, and you can even use it to take money from the hole in the wall if you wish to do so. The card that you receive, as you can see, it's MasterCard, and it just looks like any other debit card that you would get from your bank. There are 3 ways that you may receive your money. So the buyer will hand a banker's draft over at the notary on completion, and you need to deposit that banker's draft into an account. If you go to your Spanish bank, they are going to charge you. But here at Currencies Direct, this little gadget, that means that we can deposit your draft directly into your Currencies Direct account.
After so many years you can work, or you can...
No.
So what is the story with that?
Well, the stories in Google, the stories in the streets are very...
in the pub it's a different story.
Exactly. And the elevators, the lifts.
That's why we come to the expert. We get the true story. So you can work.
I always say to my clients, please don't look in Google.
Yeah, the Google answer not right every time. So they can work.
The lucrative visa, as long as we have all the documents ready, and being autonomous is called like self-employed.
I'm autonomous.
Exactly, and you start paying taxes in Spain.
Yeah.
All right, they can work.
You can work. So once you got your visa, all that rubbish you can't work is.
No problem.
That's why you get the top solicitor. You get it straight from the horse's mouth. So yeah. So yeah, I was, as you know, I've got the YouTube channel, everyone's going to be watching this, and I'm getting all these people going, you can't work with this visa, and you know, and I'm getting all these different stories, and then there was someone, I've done a video the other day, he wants to work, but he said he's got to wait 2 years, so it's all...
There is an important issue as well. many people here, they are not, well, obviously, as we were talking in the other video, they take care of the legal issues for clients, and in this case as well. They charge them like 1,000 euros, sometimes 300 euros, and most of them come to a lawyer, a qualified lawyer, to fix what they did. And then we charge like 7,000 euros.
You have to sweep up the other people's mess.
Why? Because then we have to go to court.
And then more time process.
And you have to fight against the police. All right. So
if they just got the right solicitor in the first place.
Exactly.
And there we go. So if you're thinking of going for a visa, just in the email below, send him what you want, visa, and he'll get back to you, Alfredo, and check it out.